Jules Thompson stood in the bustling lobby of First National Bank in downtown Chicago, his heart pounding as he clutched his worn leather wallet. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting a harsh glow on the line of impatient customers snaking toward the tellers. He had come here to deposit his first paycheck from the new job, but as he approached the counter, the teller, a middle-aged woman with a tight bun and a name tag reading Karen, narrowed her eyes at his ID. "Sir, this doesn't look right," Karen said, her voice laced with suspicion as she held up his driver's license. Jules felt a flush creep up his neck. He knew what was coming. The photo on the ID showed him with longer hair and a softer expression from before his transition to living fully as himself, but legally everything matched: name, address, even the gender marker updated after months of paperwork. "I'm sorry, but I can't process this without proper verification," she continued, sliding the card back with a dismissive flick. "We have policies against fraud." Jules's stomach twisted. It wasn't the first time his appearance had been questioned, but in a city like Chicago, he expected better. He was a 28-year-old software engineer, recently out of a toxic relationship, trying to rebuild his life. The refusal stung like a slap, especially when he noticed the whispers from other customers. He left the bank empty-handed, vowing never to return. That evening, Jules met his best friend, Jamie, at their favorite coffee shop in Boys Town. Jamie, a vibrant graphic designer with a flair for drama, listened intently as Jules recounted the incident. "That's blatant discrimination," Jamie fumed, his hazel eyes flashing. "You should sue them." But Jules shook his head. He wasn't ready for another battle. Jamie had been his rock since college, the one who encouraged him to come out and embrace his identity as a gay man. Their friendship was deep, laced with unspoken tensions that neither dared to address. As weeks passed, Jules threw himself into his work at Technova, a rising startup specializing in financial software. His innovative ideas caught the eye of the CEO, leading to a rapid promotion. Meanwhile, he started dating casually, but nothing stuck. One night, at a networking event, he met Ryan, a charismatic investment banker with sharp features and a confident smile. Ryan was openly gay, successful, and unapologetic about it. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, from tech trends to personal stories. "I've faced my share of closed doors," Ryan admitted, "but I learned to kick them open." Their first date was simple: dinner at a cozy Italian place overlooking Lake Michigan. Jules opened up about the bank incident, and Ryan's expression darkened. "That's unacceptable. Banks like that are dinosaurs. They need to evolve or die." As they walked along the waterfront, hands brushing accidentally, Jules felt a spark he hadn't experienced in years. Ryan's touch was gentle, his words reassuring. But doubts lingered. Ryan worked in finance, a world Jules associated with the very discrimination he'd faced. Back at work, Jules's project took off. He developed an AI-driven app that detected fraudulent transactions with unprecedented accuracy, drawing interest from major banks. Ironically, First National reached out, desperate to modernize amid declining customers. Jules hesitated but saw an opportunity. "Let's negotiate," he told his team. Meanwhile, his relationship with Ryan deepened. They spent weekends exploring the city, sharing dreams and fears. Ryan confessed his own struggles. Growing up in a conservative family, hiding his sexuality until he couldn't anymore. "I lost friends, family even," he said one night, as they lay on Jules's couch watching old movies. Jules leaned in, their foreheads touching. "You're not alone anymore." The kiss that followed was tentative, then passionate, a release of pent-up emotions. But conflicts arose. Ryan's job at a rival bank meant long hours, and Jules's past traumas made him wary of vulnerability. One evening, after a heated argument about commitment, Jules stormed out. He wandered the streets, ending up outside First National. Staring at the building, he realized his app could change everything, including that bank. The next day, Technova's board approved a partnership pitch to First National. Jules led the meeting, facing the bank's executives. Among them was the branch manager who oversaw Karen. As Jules presented, he felt empowered. "This technology isn't just about security. It's about inclusion," he said pointedly. The deal was inked, but Jules insisted on clauses for diversity training. With the partnership underway, Jules dove into integrating his AI app at First National. Mornings blurred into late nights at the bank's headquarters, where he collaborated with their IT team. Ryan supported him from afar, sending encouraging texts and surprise lunches. Their relationship blossomed amid the chaos. Stolen moments in Jules's apartment became sanctuaries of laughter and intimacy. One afternoon, during a training session, Jules encountered Karen again. She was facilitating teller workshops, and when their eyes met, recognition dawned. "You," she muttered under her breath. Jules kept his composure, focusing on the demo. But later, in the break room, she approached. "I remember you. That ID issue." Her tone was defensive, not apologetic. "Policies are policies." Jules took a deep breath. Policies can change. People too. The exchange lingered, fueling his resolve. He pushed for mandatory sensitivity training, highlighting how outdated verification processes disproportionately affected LGBTQ+ individuals. The bank's HR resisted at first, citing costs, but Jules's leverage, the app's exclusivity, won out. Socially, tensions mounted. At a Pride event in June, Jules and Ryan marched together, hands linked. Friends cheered, but Ryan's conservative colleagues from his bank whispered judgments. "Is that your boyfriend?" one asked Ryan later at work. "Doesn't fit the image." Ryan shrugged it off, but it gnawed at him. He confided in Jules, who shared his own workplace microaggressions at Technova. Subtle comments about his lifestyle. Their bond strengthened through these trials. On a weekend getaway to Wisconsin Dells, they hiked trails and talked futures. "I see us building something real," Ryan said by a campfire. Jules nodded, but inwardly he feared the societal barriers. Back in Chicago, news broke. First National faced a lawsuit from a transgender customer denied service. Echoes of his experience. Jules anonymously supported the plaintiff, donating to their legal fund. Professionally, the app's rollout hit snags. Bugs emerged, traced to sabotage, someone tampering with code. Suspicion fell on internal resistors, perhaps those opposed to the diversity push. Jules worked tirelessly to fix it, earning respect from some, resentment from others. Karen, in particular, voiced complaints in meetings. "This is disrupting our workflow," she argued. Amid this, Jules discovered Ryan's bank was eyeing a merger with First National. "It's business," Ryan explained when confronted. Jules felt betrayed. "How can you partner with them after what they did to me?" The argument escalated, revealing deeper rifts. Ryan accused Jules of being too idealistic. Jules called Ryan opportunistic. They parted angrily, each questioning their choices. Days later, Jules uncovered evidence. The sabotage linked to a mid-level manager afraid of job loss due to automation. He reported it, leading to an investigation. The bank teetered, stocks dipping. Technova considered pulling out, but Jules advocated staying, seeing a chance to reform. Reconnecting with Jamie helped. Over drinks, Jamie admitted long-held feelings. "I've always cared about you more than friends." Jules was stunned. He valued Jamie but loved Ryan. "I can't," he said gently. Jamie nodded, hurt but understanding. This revelation forced Jules to confront his emotions. As the crisis peaked, First National's CEO resigned amid scandals. Board members sought saviors. Jules, through Technova, proposed a buyout, leveraging his app as collateral. Whispers spread. The man once denied service could now control the bank. Ryan reached out, apologetic. "I was wrong. Let's talk." They met at Navy Pier, Ferris wheel lights twinkling. "I quit my job," Ryan revealed. "I want to support you fully." Reconciliation brought hope, but the merger loomed, testing their loyalty. The buyout negotiations intensified, with Jules at the center. Technova's investors backed him, impressed by his vision for an inclusive financial institution. He outlined plans. Revamp policies, partner with LGBTQ+ organizations, and use AI for equitable service. But opposition surged. Conservative shareholders decried woke agenda, threatening pullouts. Personally, Ryan moved in with Jules, a bold step amid uncertainty. Their home became a haven, filled with debates and affection. Yet external pressures mounted. Ryan's family, learning of the relationship, disinvited him from a reunion. "They say it's a phase," he told Jules, voice cracking. Jules held him, sharing his own estrangement from relatives post-coming out. At work, Karen filed a complaint against Jules, alleging bias in training. "He's pushing his personal views," she claimed. The HR investigation cleared him, but it fueled media buzz. Local news picked up the story. Gay tech was takes on banking giant. Comment sections erupted with support and vitriol, highlighting societal divides. Jules faced anonymous threats online, questioning his identity and motives. "Fraud from the start," one read, echoing the initial refusal. It shook him, but Ryan's encouragement steadied. "You're changing lives," Ryan said during a quiet dinner. A turning point came at a town hall meeting. Employees voiced concerns. Some praised the changes, others resisted. Karen spoke up. "I've worked here 20 years. This feels like erasure." Jules responded empathetically. "It's evolution, not erasure. We all deserve respect." Murmurs of agreement followed. Meanwhile, Jamie distanced himself, nursing rejection. Jules missed their friendship, reaching out unsuccessfully. It added emotional weight, forcing choices between past and present. The merger talks heated. Ryan, now consulting independently, advised Jules against it. "They're toxic." But financials tempted. Stability for Technova. Jules wavered, consulting mentors. One, an older gay activist, warned, "Don't compromise your values for profit." Drama escalated when leaked emails revealed board members' homophobic remarks. "Can't let those people run the show." Outrage ensued. Protests outside the bank. Jules capitalized, rallying allies. Public opinion shifted, pressuring the board. In a vulnerable moment, Jules confessed to Ryan, "What if I fail?" Ryan kissed his forehead. "You won't. We're in this together." The buyout advanced, but a scandal broke. The saboteur confessed, implicating Karen in minor involvement, sharing access codes out of frustration. She was suspended, denying intent. Jules felt conflicted. Vengeance tempted, but he advocated counseling over firing. Societal conflicts peaked at a pride parade confrontation. Counter-protesters targeted Jules, chanting slurs. Ryan shielded him, the incident going viral. Support poured in, boosting the buyout's momentum. As negotiations closed, Jules reflected on his journey, from denied service to potential owner. But doubts lingered. Was power worth the toll on relationships? With the buyout imminent, Jules prepared for the final vote. Technova's team refined the proposal, emphasizing ethical AI and diversity. Ryan assisted, his expertise invaluable. Their partnership extended beyond romance. It became a force for change. Family dynamics strained further. Jules's sister, supportive but distant, called, "Proud of you, but be careful." Ryan's parents remained silent, a void he filled with Jules's circle. Friends hosted a dinner, toasting their resilience. Yet Jamie's absence stung. Rumors he was dating someone new. At the bank, reforms began prematurely. New ID protocols rolled out, accommodating diverse identities. Employees underwent training. Some embraced it, others grumbled. Karen, reinstated on probation, approached Jules privately. "I was wrong. Fear drove me." Her apology, though late, humanized her. Jules accepted, fostering dialogue. Media scrutiny intensified. A national outlet interviewed Jules. From rejection to revolution, he spoke candidly about discrimination's impact, sparking debates on social media. Hashtags trended. Banking for all versus tradition matters. Supporters praised progress. Critics accused overreach. Personal growth mirrored professional. Jules and Ryan attended therapy, addressing insecurities. "I feared losing you," Jules admitted. Ryan nodded. "Me too, but we're stronger." A plot twist emerged. A rival firm, backed by conservative investors, countered the buyout. They promised traditional values, appealing to hesitant shareholders. Jules countered with data, projected profits from inclusive practices. The battle turned public with op-eds flying. During a heated debate on local TV, Jules faced a critic. "You're imposing your lifestyle." Jules replied calmly, "No, ensuring fairness for all." Viewers resonated, polls shifting. Emotional climaxes hit home. Ryan proposed spontaneously during a rooftop sunset. "Marry me, Jules." Through all this, tears flowed. Jules said yes. Joy amid turmoil. But betrayal struck. An insider leaked Technova's strategies to rivals. Suspicion fell on a disgruntled employee, but fingers pointed at Jamie, fueled by jealousy. Jules confronted him. "Did you?" Jamie denied vehemently, hurt. "I'd never." Their friendship fractured further. The vote approached. Jules lobbied tirelessly, Ryan by his side. Protests outside the boardroom amplified voices. Inside, presentations clashed. Progress versus preservation. In a nail-biting session, votes tallied. Technova won by a slim margin. Cheers erupted. Jules embraced Ryan. But victory bittersweet. Lawsuits loomed from ousted execs. As new CEO, Jules implemented changes swiftly. Diversity hires surged. Policies evolved. Karen adapted, becoming an ally. Yet, questions remained. Had power corrupted ideals? Ryan's ring symbolized commitment, but societal scars lingered. In the aftermath, Jules navigated his role as CEO of the rebranded Inclusive Finance Bank. The transition was rocky, layoffs necessary for efficiency, drawing backlash. He prioritized fair severance, but accusations of hypocrisy flew. "You promised inclusion," critics said. Ryan, now COO, balanced Jules's vision with pragmatism. Their marriage planning intertwined with work, a whirlwind of vendors and board meetings. Friends reconciled slowly. Jamie attended a brunch, tensions easing. "I'm happy for you," he said sincerely. Societal impacts rippled. The bank sponsored LGBTQ+ events, earning awards. But conservative boycotts hurt branches in red states. Jules addressed a conference. "Equality isn't optional." Applause mixed with boos. Personal reflections deepened. Jules visited his old branch, now revamped. Karen, promoted to trainer, greeted him. "You've changed everything." He smiled. "We all did." Conflicts persisted. A high-profile client withdrew, citing moral differences. Media debated, progress or pandering. Jules's story inspired many, but vilified by some. At home, Jules and Ryan built routines, cooking, walks, dreams of adoption. "A family," Ryan mused. Jules agreed, envisioning a world kinder for their children. High drama culminated in a lawsuit from former execs, alleging bias. Courtroom battles exposed emails, testing Jules's integrity. He testified truthfully, winning the case. Vindication, but exhaustion followed. As stability returned, Jules pondered his journey. From humiliated customer to empowered leader. Relationships mended. Society shifted incrementally. In the end, Jules stood on his balcony, Ryan's arms around him, overlooking the city. Change was hard-won, but worth it. Was Jules's pursuit of justice through corporate power ultimately a form of revenge or true progress?